Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Denver Broncos. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They go play action here on first down. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
Third down. Here's Haskins. He's got his tight end Fant. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hold up. It's a safety creep. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Check.
On second down now, it's Lindsay. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll run here with Freeman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. On play action, Haskins. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And now because of the sack, it's third and goal from the 14.
Get that ball. Mark 55. Mark 55. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On third and goal, Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Touchdown, Miami.
Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Taking it about the 16. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. So not only did they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Now it's Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
No. Me.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. He finds an opening past the 40. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From the 29, Haskins gets this one left side to Pettis. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Pollard. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now here's Pollard. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Play action. Haskins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D lineman.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Lindsey. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. You know, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll try the draw. Lindsey. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. 3rd and 2, now Haskins. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And an alley to run. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation.
Smooth. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
You ain't got nothing.
Here's Pollard again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Rosen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Pollard. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Second and 10. Here's Haskins again. He sets to fire deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incomplete.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. B.J. Goodson with a pick. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Whether it's the toss or the pitch, you get him the ball outside the tackles on the edge. He's a tough man to bring down.
He certainly is, and it makes people wonder on the other side of the ball. Do I really want to deal with him when he gets a full head of steam? At the same time, he's also congratulating his tackle, tight end, wide receiver on that side. They gave him access to the corner and allowed him to build up that head of steam.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Double tight. 4 down, 4 down. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike, watch Mike. Oh, you got deep?
On 1st down, it's Haskins. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Dante Pettis hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos cut into that lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Team 6.
Rosen off the play action. Oh, Rosen is stripped to the football. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is down to a field goal. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. It's a big play there for Miami. Give him 55 yards on the ground. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he is going to lose yardage here. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
2nd and 12 at the Broncos' 22-yard line.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down now, Pollard. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Going to run again here with Pollard. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well. For the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
On second down, it's Lindsey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now it's Lindsey. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Haskins. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 18.
That's another Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18.
Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. To give him a couple on the catch, it's 2nd and 8.
At the 16-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boys.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Broncos on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7.
52, Mike 52. Check Mike, check Mike. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the Mike.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. 4th down, here's Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are in for 6.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. 1st down, and it's Pollard again. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Check. Crunch. 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 80.
On 2nd down, Pollard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Check. Rush in.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Every time. Keep putting that ball on the ground. That's our ball.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Following the turnover, it's Haskins. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
That's good for the Broncos. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. What we got? 52.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Watch the curl. Mike 55. Rip left. Mike 55.
One final shot for Haskins. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had